All right, so we're going to take a day to work on plotting special relations in functions, and those most of the time are horizontal and vertical lines. All right, so let's plot these two. Now, one of these is a horizontal line, one is not. Make sure you know the difference. All right, so this one on the left, the slope is -5, the y-intercept is 0, 0. This one over here, look how different it is. The y-intercept is 0, -5, and the slope is 0. All right, so the y equals -5x starts at 0, 0, and goes, right, what's the slope of -5 look like? Down 5 over 1, down 5 over 1, down 5 over 1, and you can do some backwards, and that is y equals -5x. And that looks like that. Y equals -5 has a y-intercept of 0, -5, and it has a slope of 0. What kind of lines have a slope of 0? Horizontal. Right? And so this is really what we're going to spend much of the time doing, is making sure you can look at those two and know the difference instantly. All right, the one with when x disappears, it disappears because it was a horizontal line. The slope was 0, right? Every point on here has a y coordinate of -5. That's why it has that equation. This is totally different. It has a slope of -5. Okay. Vertical lines are not functions. They are relations. And what did we learn, right? If you put like a number in 5, like 5 in, you should only get one output. Look at this line. I put x is 5, and I get 5, 4. I get 5, 3. Down here I get 5, -2. I'm putting 5 in, and I'm getting all these different points. That's not a function. It's a relation. All right, so before we get to vertical lines, we'll review horizontal lines. So y equal 4 has a slope of 0, and a y-intercept of 0, 4. So we're going to plot that. And as soon as you see that with no x in it, you should say horizontal line, slope of 0. You have to know that. Okay. On the same graph, oh, I already did it. So we're plotting the linear function. I plotted the linear function y equals 4, and I found the slope and y-intercept. That's horizontal. All right, so on the same one, you can do it on the same one. Find the slope and y-intercept and plot the linear function y equals -9, right? The slope is 0, the y-intercept 0, -9. So it's down there, and we're drawing a horizontal line. Y equals 6, y-intercept is 0, 6, and we get another horizontal line. Right? The y-coordinate of that one is always 6. Right? Slope equals 0, and 0, 6 is the y-intercept. Right, let's fill in the table for this. So for y equals 6, if x is 4, y is 6. If x is 2, y is 6. Y is 0, x is 0, y is 6. X is -2, y is 6. X is negative, right? This is what this means. The y-coordinate will always be 6. These are functions. They are linear functions because putting 4 only gets one answer. Putting 2 only gets one answer. They all get the same answer, but they only get one answer for each input. So that is a function. Linear horizontal lines are linear functions. All right, so let's look at the difference here. Right? The slope of this one is -7. The y-intercept is 0, 0. This is a slope of 0 and a y-intercept of 0, -7. Which one's horizontal? This is the horizontal line, right? All right, so the slope of this one is 8, and the y-intercept is 0, 0. This one has a slope of 0 and has a y-intercept of 0, +8. That over there is the horizontal line. All right, so now let's do vertical lines finally. Vertical lines don't have a y-intercept. It's not that it's 0, it's just that they don't have one, because they never cross this y-axis. And they do not have a slope. It's undefined. So you can't write them in y equals mx plus b. That's for linear functions. And vertical lines are not a function. So we're going to see this. We're going to plot the linear relation x equals 3. Well, what does that equation mean? It means the x coordinate is always 3. Well, there's 3, 0. Here's 3, negative 4. I got to be a little neater, though. I'm just picking random points. Here's 3, 6. Right? So what kind of line would always, wasn't that neat here. What kind of line would always, what happened there? Always have an x coordinate of 3? Well, a vertical line. All right, so this is a vertical line. This is not a function. It's called a linear relation. Notice it doesn't start with y because it's not a linear function. All right, so whenever you see starting with x, dead giveaway, you have a vertical line. So plot x equals negative 7. So where are the points where x always equals negative 7? Right along there. And so that is the vertical line, x equals negative 7. It is not a function. You put negative 7, right? You put negative 7 in here, and that's negative 7, 5. There's negative 7, 0. You're putting negative 7 in, and you're getting all these different points. That's not allowed in a function. That's why we have to call this a relation. All right, plot the graph of x equals 5. You can reuse a graph, right? As soon as you see that x equals, you know you got a vertical line through positive 5. Fill in the table for this. All right, when y is 3, what's x? 5. When y is 1, what's x? 5. When y is 0, what's x? 5. And so on, right? Because x is always 5, all right? So we put 5 in and we get all these different numbers, right? That's why this is a relation. And make sure you understand when you see this x, you're going to get a vertical line. All right, so let's do all 3 of these side by side. Slope of that is 9. Slope of that is 0. Slope of that is undefined. All right, that's the word for doesn't have one. Y-intercept, 0, 0. Y-intercept, 0, 9. No y-intercept. We don't say the y-intercept is undefined. We just say it doesn't have one. It doesn't cross the y-axis, right? Vertical lines, there's the y-axis over here. They're parallel to the y-axis, so they don't cross it. They don't have a y-intercept. All right, so what's that? So that has a y-intercept of 0, 5 and a slope of 0. So what's the equation for that? It's y equals 5. Y equals 5 everywhere on that line. What kind of line is that? Horizontal. All right, what's going on there? It's a vertical line. What the equation of vertical lines look like? X equals, what does x always equal along here? Negative 8, right? Does it ever cross this? No, it has no y-intercept. Does it have a slope? No, it's undefined. So this is x equals negative 8, right? And I already labeled them horizontal and vertical. All right, slope of that one, negative 1. Where's the y-intercept? Oh, it's 0, 0. That's why it's not there. Ooh, very different. What's the slope of that? 0. What's the y-intercept? 0, negative 1. All right, this is horizontal. Okay, what's the slope of that? It's undefined. No y-intercept. Let me just quickly, right, if I was sketching all these, the first one, right? That is this, right? Goes through 0, 0, and has a slope of -1. The second one, that has a horizontal line through -1. The third one is a vertical line that looks like that. And you got to get all that. I didn't spell undefined correctly. There you go. And I'm a little sloppy on y-intercept. Got to get those straight in your head in the homework tonight. All right, so to plot y equals -7, right? The y coordinate is -7. Oops, got to hit -7. Twice I missed. That's why I always use a ruler. All right, so that's y equals -7. The y coordinate is -7, horizontal line. X equals +1 is a vertical line. That's x equals +1. All right, good luck in the homework.